Hello everyone, welcome back for some more thrift store finds. And in case you missed it, there was actually a first part to this. This is the second part in an amazing morning at the Goodwill bargain bins. I found hundreds of DVDs that went through all those, and the Blu-rays and everything in the first part. This is all the retro media type stuff, found a few VHS, and an incredible find in Beta, which is a format I don't come across very often. Coming across more than one or two at a time, that is a rarity. That has not happened in years since my wife and I were like at our old apartment together. So let's start with the VHS finds. A handful here. We have Night Shift, Firestarter, The Blair Witch Project, and the first of the live-action Ninja Turtles movies. Then getting into the tons of Beta that were there. I couldn't believe when I started pulling out. Starting off here, don't have an order here, just kind of dusting them off before I brought them on here, because that was all that seems to be wrong with them. The sides aren't even really dented. Perfect. A ton of James Bond. They are all in the shelf, the slide outside version for Beta. Man, the crazy collection all together. This is definitely someone's set, because we had The Man with the Golden Gun, You Only Live Twice, and again, these are in the bottom of the bargain bins, and they were in fantastic shape. It's going to be so much fun testing all of these out. Moonraker, Diamonds Are Forever. Just love the artwork, and just Beta is such a cool format in general. I love tape-based media. It's always kind of fun because that's what I grew up with, more for your eyes only. From Russia with Love. Dr. No. I haven't used my Beta players in a little while now, so this gives me a chance. That's going to be the format for a little bit. Goldfinger, probably checking out in the evenings, some movie nights or whatever before bed. The Spy Who Loved Me. And Thunderball. That's just crazy. And then I started going through and pulling out a bunch of other stuff. I found a few more movies and then a whole stack of recorded things, just nuts. This Sherlock Holmes double feature. Max Dugan Returns. Blake Edwards 10. In Praise of Older Women. Players. Blue Thunder. This is one of the first movies I ever saw on CED, the capacitance electronic disc, and Beta. Not really. It's an okay movie, but yeah, I find it on old formats all the time for some reason. This one couldn't find the cover, but grabbed it because we have Billy Joel live from Long Island, and then The Towering Inferno. That's really cool. I love that movie. This might end up being for me if it's in really good shape, because that's just a great movie. This one on the back, this has to be really early, because it has 79 as the release and the advertisement for the Magnetic Video Corporation. A bunch of early titles, and there's a couple here that I know were very early Beta, so I wonder how early exactly. I have to look this one up. The Towering Inferno releases. That's pretty cool to find. And then a ton here of blank and recorded stuff off TV and recorded movies. Found about 20 of them that were in really good shape to go through, and it's always interesting to these are cool to find. Most of them are probably going to be just kind of lotted up for people in the store to reuse or check out, but sometimes when you have a couple of movies together, it's cool to have them on that format, and it'll be fun to go through. And you never know, because what's on here, the Waltons' wedding, so an episode of the Waltons, that might not even be what's on here anymore. It'd be really just the curiosity factor of popping these in, and the ones that don't have a tape label, what is on there? What did they record? Home videos? Who knows? Maybe an episode of television that's hard to find now, or cool commercials that would be really interesting. So lots of great stuff. There's a couple in here seemed pretty interesting. The cat thinks it's interesting too. She's checking all these out. She's like, what the heck did you drag into this house? And a couple they use more permanent labels. We have Porky's and Porky's 2, along with National Lampoon Class Reunion, Superman 2. It's just cool to see kind of a journey back in time. Weird Science, love that. And we have some Davy Crockett. What is this? Blues Brothers, Invasion USA, American Ninja. That's kind of cool. So yeah, there's a ton of them. Again, there's like somewhere around like 20 or so of these, and yeah, these are just kind of a curiosity. Might as well grab them while they're there. They're really just nothing. I had so much that I left. Was just like, yeah, I had over 100 pounds worth of media. Just crazy. But definitely like these bonds, finding just, this is one of the formats, like Beta and Laserdisc are probably the two that are most exciting to find for me, because they're really cool formats. I like to use them, but I just don't see them in the wild ever. Older stuff like stuff like VHS I find all the time, obviously, and even like CED I find here pretty frequently, because there were one of the main plants was in Pennsylvania, and it was just very common in this area. So there's certain formats that are easier to come across, and then other ones are just non-existent. So finding this many and finding all these in such perfect shape too, like these are in really good condition for being just in the bottom of a junk bin, but beneath a bunch of like Disney clamshell VHS and old jugs of things and clothing and who knows what was there. Like, they look fantastic, and it's just going to be a blast to check these out. An excuse to use a format that I don't use that frequently, because I just don't have a lot for it. It's hard to find stuff, but yeah, and finding one of my personal kind of guilty pleasure favorites, that's awesome. Tons of Beta. This is great to go through. Again, if you missed the first part, hundreds of DVDs, like just a crazy amount of stuff, and some interesting finds if you're into that kind of stuff. And then we're gonna have another part, because that's not everything. There was still more all in one crazy morning.